What's up, guys? My name is Dominique, also known as Ducklehog Dom. I'm here to talk about my short-term goals, as well as what I've been doing during the pandemic, as well as get y'all some like inspirational quotes so that y'all can feel inspired and motivated to do more things in general. My long-term goal in life is to help other people out and help them out of depression specifically. Over the past year, I've like really come into understanding like the importance of design and like how effective communication, stuff like that can be. Because if you can actually make a connection with somebody like in your video or in your design, then you basically won, right? Like if you can make that connection and like give a message to make them want to go do something, or to make them feel better about themselves, or to make them feel inspired to go and improve what's going on in their life, however, then you pretty much have done something extraordinary. Not any Joe Smo on the street can do that. Nobody can intentionally do that, consistently intentionally do that. That's where design comes in. You can be more consistent with the value that you bring if you follow certain principles, you follow certain rules, if you look at the patterns and stuff like that, if you actually understand why something is working, why something isn't working. That's why one of my short-term objectives is to get into like an animation studio or to a film studio, because I want to be able to be around like-minded people and like mooch off information and get that experience to actually be like good or like actually decent at something, right? There's a difference between what you can do by yourself and what you can do with other people. When you combine, like, let's say for example, like 4 or 5 other brains, you can make something extraordinary, right? There's this quote that says that you're the average of the 5 people that you hang out with. Imagine that you hang out with like the best 5 basketball players in the face of the earth, whatever, right? You're just a random Joe Smo, but if you hang out with them enough, you're gonna be like up there, because you're gonna be around people who talk about certain concepts, who have certain thought processes, who have certain like abilities that far exceed the normal person that you will hang out or play against, or just anything in general. You can take some of their experience and put it and like combine it to yourself. I started learning how to use Adobe Illustrator a lot. I stayed away from that program like the plague, like since high school. It's been like 5 or 6, it's been like 4 years now, right? Since I graduated from high school. I've been staying away from Adobe Illustrator because I thought it was too complicated. But when I actually sat down and like understand like how they like you put shapes and stuff together, I was like, oh, it's not too bad. There's certain things that I've learned during the pandemic that like if this pandemic didn't happen, I probably would have never learned. The last like piece of advice I want to give you is that like your taste and where your skill is going to be at 2 completely different levels, and you're going to have to be like okay with that, because it's going to take like a pretty much like a lifelong journey for your actual execution to catch up to where your taste is at. Just understanding that like a lot of things just don't come instantly. I've been learning about motion graphics for like the past year, however, but like I personally know that I'm at least better than I was last year, but I'm nowhere as close as where I want to be at. Imagine that you see like the new movie that comes out or whatever, and you yourself as a short filmmaker or a filmographer, you can tell the difference between like how they color graded, or you can tell the difference between like how they had the lighting and stuff like that. Once you start making more and more films, you'll start understanding like the possible tricks that they probably did, or you start coming up with your own tricks to make your own work that much better. Yeah, thank you for coming to my Dom Talk and listen to me rant. I hope you guys learned something or were feel somewhat inspired and motivated to do something. Man, just good luck, man. I'll see y'all.